Welcome to the Bear Bryant Show. We're glad you could join our review of the exciting action of your University of Alabama Crimson Tide football. The Bear Bryant Show is brought to you by the local Coca-Cola bottler. Have a Coke and a smile. Golden Flake Snacks, the taste as good as gold. And Central Bank, across Alabama, all the banks you'll ever need. Now let's take a look at this week's game, Alabama versus Georgia Tech, with comments by Coach Paul Bear Bryant and me, Charlie Thornton.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to the Bear Bryant Show, brought to you by our friends at Central Bank all across Alabama, by Ice Cold Coca-Cola.
Very good, Charlie.
Coach, they don't taste quite as good as good. They're not quite as good as they would be in normal conditions. And coached by our friends at Golden Flake, and we have tostadas today, and we'll put these out. And if we feel like eating, we'll have something to eat. They're good and fresh. I know that, Coach.
They certainly are.
Coach, it's first game at home yesterday. Georgia Tech won the football game 24-21 with a fine comeback in the second half.
I think Bill Curry has to be one of the happiest young men in the world today, and he certainly should be, because in 2 years he's going to Tech and taken a rundown outfit and got it back and got them to believe in what it takes to win, and they came out yesterday and displayed that. Of course, Bill Curry, I've said this many times, is a real class person. He's an excellent young man. I have great respect for him. He has a wonderful football background, and he knows what he wants. He has a plan, and I think now that he has those people believing in it, and they certainly showed that yesterday. On the other hand, it's taken me 20-something years to work around losing games in the fourth quarter and doing all sorts of things you're not supposed to do. And football starts with recruiting. And I read where we did such a great job recruiting the last couple of years, and I can't buy that. We have some wonderful people. They're great young people. I'm privileged to be associated with them. But we have very few people that are tough mentally. It's tough mentally and physically. We have very few people that it means a great deal to prepare for football. That football is something special to you, that they're not only willing but anxious to take pride in the fact that they have to sacrifice and do without things that other students do, and do things that other students don't get to do, and it's no easy thing to do. And in our recruiting, I don't think we've done a great job in doing that, because we don't have many people that can attack you and whip you and have any meanness to them or things it takes to win football games. And of course, preparation is everything, and I think that responsibility of recruiting, that was all my deal. It's my responsibility. And the bottom line yesterday, I don't know how it'll be 5 or 10 years from now, but it was pretty poor yesterday. So the first place, you got to prepare, and you got to prepare for everything. And if you're not prepared the time you play the game, it doesn't matter how we felt at 2 o'clock yesterday, how we felt at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6. And it was the important thing. You got to have a plan. You got to prepare for, if you get off the poor start, if you get off the good start, if your man's whipping you, if you make a mistake, if they get a good break, if you get a poor break, if this, everything, you got to prepare for that and have a plan for it. And you have to have confidence. And the only way you're going to have confidence in yourself is to study your opponent, know what they're doing, know what to expect, know how to recognize it. You have to work on your technique to where you know and you believe in your own heart that you can beat your man. And if you do that, then you can have confidence. And you have confidence and go out there and concentrate, really concentrate on your job, what you do. You won't know who's there. You won't know who's in the stands. You won't know whether you're on television or not. You concentrate and recognize, and every time, every play, trying to recognize, offensively or defensively. Confidence that you can do the job. Hope they run your way. Hope they pass your way. And that's my job, to prepare them to do that. And I don't think I've done a very good job on it. And you got to know you're not quick mentally or physically. Quick them. That means in the fourth quarter, when it normally belongs to us, we think quicker or act quicker or see your target, the same old thing, see your target, and go to it and through it, look at your target, offensively or defensively. Move your feet. You don't move your feet, you're on the ground, you can do nothing. And I did a very poor job in preparing for that. And of course, in preparation, you got to take pride and display that pride, and class, and display that class. And I've done a poor job in that. As a matter of fact, I can't think of anything that I've done well. I think about the fourth quarter, I think of our old players, our former players, that wore that red shirt, what they thought in the fourth quarter, what they think this morning, what they think of me. I'm not very proud because I didn't do a good job there. You know, if you always start with trying to keep from losing before you win. You have to keep from losing before you win. You keep from losing while you got a chance to win. And to do that, you got to start the first thing on not getting penalties. Now, when you get penalties, sometimes it's carelessness, sometimes most of the time it's a lack of ability, a lack of technique, and you can't do your job, so you get penalized. You can't do that. The second thing, the quickest way in the world to keep from losing, to lose, and you lose a lot more than you win. And it's a whole lot easier to lose a game than to win a game. And it's fumbling. You fumble the football. No one fumbles on purpose. You got to have the ball in the right arm, you got to carry it properly, and you got to protect it when it's slipped, and you got to think of those things. And then thirdly, I think, is throwing interception. Fumble's a lot worse than interception, but throwing interception, and we did. I haven't told them to not do all of those things. And then, of course, you got to be able to have a kicking game. I thought our kicking game was adequate in most areas, because if you don't have a kicking game, you want to start the opposition always. You want to keep them losing. Start them in the 4-down zone. What I mean by that, I mean start them in the 3-down zone. What I mean by that, they got to run 3 plays and punt the football. You start them in the 4-down zone, you're in trouble because they run 4 plays. Now, to be able to start them in the 4-down zone all the time, first place, you don't ever want to start back to the 20-yard line. If you're back there, you got to have 3 musts. I must not make a mistake. I must not get a penalty. I must not miss my man. We'll get it out to the 20-yard line. And then we're going to kick the football. I don't care if we have a 90-yard kicker. What I really want is a 40 or 43-yard kicker. You get hang time 4.5 seconds. If we do that and go down and tackle the man with a football, we'll put him in the 4-down zone. If we do that, if we don't give him a long pass or a long run for a touchdown, make him put the ball in play 10 times or more, 65% of the time they'll stop themselves. And I haven't taught them to do that. And then we got to play defense. And we don't attack people. We're not physically able to attack very many people, but we stand there and read around and wallow around on the line. I don't mean to wallow around, but wrestle around on the line. And don't get back yonder and hit people in the backfield. And we don't give them that opportunity in there. And in our secondary, we're not reckless enough, and we got to dive and leave our feet. And they only have 1 football. We had a pass yesterday, throwing 50, 40, 50 yards in the air. Nobody moved from here to that table. We hadn't taught them to move, go to football. Just have 1 football. When everybody goes to football, it's going to be knocked around sometime. You expect it, unexpected, you get the tip, or something good will happen. But I haven't taught them to do that. As I say, I want to emphasize again, we have a great bunch of youngsters. I'm privileged to work with them, but they're entitled to better coaching than what they're getting. And I think our staff's entitled to that, too. I'm not taking anything away from Georgia Tech. But we come back and we go out in front. And another thing, we had them on the ropes. You see a fight. I don't watch fights, but Billy Varner does. He tells me a lot about them. But you get a guy on the rope, you get him dazed. Boy, you put the knockout punch, then you got him. Well, we've had that both games now. We've had it that way, and we don't do it. We'll fumble. We don't have oneness. Well, every man trying to win on every play. There's going to be 5 or 7 big plays in the ball game, and if you were trying to win on every play, you'll be there and you'll make those big plays. If you're not, the other team will make them. And the team that normally makes them, you're the one that's going to get them. And then you win games just before the half, you turn games around, you win them starting the second half, and in the fourth quarter. Most of your close games are won on big plays and in the fourth quarter. Well, we had 2 weeks now, and over a month for me to prepare and play in the fourth quarter. And I've done very poorly in preparing and playing in the fourth quarter because we got scored on LSU in the fourth quarter. We got scored on twice yesterday in the fourth quarter. We took the ball, went 80 yards once. Went 60-something yards once and 80 yards again. And you just don't do that if you're well-trained and if you like to play football. And they had a great passer. But it's awfully hard. I don't care how great you are to pass, you're laying on your back. You throw the ball up. It's really hard to do that. And there again, you got to get back there and hurry them to do that. And our tackling, we got to teach them to tackle. Again, you got to look at your target, you got to move your feet, and we worked on it, and we don't do a good job working on it, though. Move your feet. When you reach for somebody, when you reach for a ball, reach for a play, anything, your feet's not moving, you're dead. You're going to be on the ground. And the big thing is taking great pride in the fact that you're going to do those things. Take pride in the fact that regardless of what happens out there, show your class and sudden change. We had a great sudden change play yesterday. Sudden change offense to defense. We changed from defense to offense. And Castillo made a great run, and we had some good plays on it. But we also got a penalty and called it back. Any one of those things can cost you a football game. But the whole thing is Alabama in the last 2 weeks and some other people have changed the outlook on football in this section. We've blown 2 games, we've blown 2 fourth quarters, the second half gotten weaker and weaker. And while I say that, I want to say another thing that if I had to go with, I'd do over. The only thing I can think of that I really do over at the game. In the first half, I started to substitute our entire defensive team all in one unit. And I didn't. And then it got cool, and I thought, well, they're better now, and I never did substitute our secondary. If I had to go with, I'd gone on substitute them all in one unit. They scored. That's all right. The fourth quarter, I don't want to lose in the fourth quarter. And we lost both fourth quarters of 2 games we played. But back to what I was saying, we've changed football in the Southeastern Conference. So nobody's hard with Alabama anymore. They're looking at chops to get at us. And I said, I thought all along that Vanderbilt was going to be better than some of the teams that we play. And Texas, one of them, I thought they'd be better. And the Vanderbilts, the Kentuckys, the Georgia Techs, the Mississippi, they're looking at chops. They're waiting for us now. There's none of that other stuff. And I'll tell you something else. I'm licking my chops and waiting to get back out on that practice field and start trying to teach somebody to do something right. And hopefully we'll do that because I know we have a good bunch of people. Another thing, though, I don't know how many of them going to class. We couldn't have checked that this week. The last week we went far enough along that computer system down there and don't tell you everything, but we're going to do that. They're not going to class. That's just another thing, see. But it takes somebody that's football is a full-time job. You do your schoolwork and do your football, and they're all going to do a little courting. And we got some of them overdoing that, I think. But that's about all you have time to do. And if you do that, well, you're doing a pretty good job. I don't know what you're holding up there, but let's get into something else, Charlie.
We'll be back for the first quarter following this message from our sponsors.
First you thought all it would take was a pair of gold earrings. That didn't work. Neither did the gold necklace. But then you had the audacity to send me Golden Flake cheese curls. I'll have you know that I love Golden Flake cheese curls.
Nobody says no to Golden Flake. It's good as gold.
By the way, what took you so long?
Det är en timme alltså.
Looks like you need some help, huh? Do you speak any English?
Nej, svenska. Men titta, om du vet med något.
How about a Coke?
Coke?
Drink.
Vad är det för något?
Coke.
Coca-Cola!
Go with you.
Oh, just down to the next gas station.
One thing we did win yesterday was a toss. We chose to receive our captains for the game. Alan Ray was our kicking captain, our special team captain. Caviac and Bart Kraut was our offense, and Lyle and Sprinkle was our defensive captain. We shifted them, but we in full out backfield. That's Ken Cole, and they threw us for a loss on that. 2 wide outs this time. And we ran east and west a little too much. Our backs run well all day, ran well all day. We didn't throw enough. We averaged a little over 4 yards running with the football. We averaged a little over 11 yards passing the football. You can see there after us that. We didn't block anybody on that. Now we're punting. And later on in the game, late in the fourth quarter, it's the one where they had to block a couple of punts. But Malcolm Simmons did an excellent job of punting yesterday. He had a great average for 2 consecutive weeks now. He's got to be leading the league, probably the nation.
He gets that one 48 yards, a 3-yard return.
They put him in motion. They start doing some funny things. You see there what they do? They push us back. Tech is a well-disciplined, well-prepared football team. I don't think they have any great football team, but they're well-disciplined, well-prepared. They stick to their knitting.
Randy Edwards over there to bring him down. Warren Lyles has clipped his balance there.
Randy Edwards from the Atlanta area. Warren Lyles is in the Birmingham area. That's Kelly back to pass, and Mike Pitts makes a tackle there. Most of the time that we got in a rush, we got a sending our end instead of dropping off and let them play hide and seek back there.
Joey Jones back to return the kick.
Joey Jones had a real fine football game. I don't know what the grades show, but he had a couple of nice blocks there. He got a great pass for a touchdown. He had some fine plays. I don't know how they play the grades. Watch our line. It comes off the ball pretty well. As Simon's going through there, I don't think we ran that play again the rest of the day. Regular backfield, regular wishbone here. They run in a circle. They're forced us in the circle. A real fine circle. A little man's running there. That's Ken Coley. Ken is real quick with the football. You don't like to run in circles. If you go in the back, you run in a circle, you're not putting any pressure on them, you're going forward. Paul Cruz running with the ball there. Paul's sophomore from down Mississippi. One of the few times that Paul. Now here comes a counter play. They run it in the wrong way, though. It should have been tight inside. Man in motion. I started to say fine block there, but he had the football. Excellent play for defensive step. We had running more of a circle again, but Coley does a good job of circling. He almost gets his neck run out there. Pull out backfield again. We come motion on the long side of the field. So on the counter play, that end makes the play again on the other side.
Lost for 2 yards. 3rd and 4, and here's the first down.
3rd and 4, here's a big one. Outside belly play. Tackle the fullback. Nice fake in. Here comes a nice pitch out. Paul Cruz running with the football. Nice block there downfield by Jeff Fagan. That gives us a first down.
15 yards and a first down on the Tech 9.
We had a touchdown here, I believe. If we ran it the wrong way, we had the end dangling. No one touched the end. That's a trap play. The old Reds rode the fullback, then had the ball out of him, knocked it out of our hand, and we fumble the football. They take over. Fine defensive play then.
Lowe and Klein and Lyles all in there. On Lyles.
They put 2 men on Lyles nearly all the time, but he ought to shake 2 men anyway, and he does a pretty good job of it, I think. He got a penalty though late in the game, early in the game. It helped them on their touchdown.
Mike Pitts making that tackle.
Mike Pitts from Baltimore, Maryland. He's Virginia. They go to punt here. We have Virginia people down on the punt. Our hold-ups wasn't very good, or we wasn't rushing very good or something, or very well.
All right, here comes the beautiful play.
Beautiful play here. Walter Lewis, the quarterback now. Fake power play. And little Joy Jones just outran the secondary. He's behind the safety and everybody. Catches for a touchdown. Actually, the safety on the play like that, you don't want to, you just outran him. Not many times. You don't have to catch it in the team. So we go out in front now. Alan Gray hold it. Peter Kim kicks it through, makes it 7-0. I think Booker was snapping back. I remember Booker Holcomb yesterday. We were going to start with Holcomb. They're running away nice here. That's the see, I just spin off on those people, and he's running with his arms out, and that don't quite get it. You got to get your body in front of him, get your head in front of him.
Brushwood finally tripped him up.
Some of the option play, a real fine play with Rushwood there. They'll shift it down the man, and Mosey has to come to a full stop over there. Well, real sorry defensive play, and we got a lot of people out there. When you're running people all around the country, they can't turn in the same direction as much. You slide them across, and it was all day to pass here. Great protection, but tech. Real fine protection, but tech.
Then Perrin
broke it up or tackled him. They're punting again. That's come to the little man. We didn't block anybody. There were 3 people standing around there looking. Blank formation this time.
Walker Lewis, quarterback.
Walker Lewis back again. He rushed. Still had 2 men open. Man in the open middle was the one that's widest open. They're all right in a line. Same formation, but it's unbalanced this time. Going motion the other way. There was a sweep out there. Collins made a nice block then. With the man that got in penetration, but Earl Collins from Mobile made a block.
Nice throw by Lewis.
Ball on the sprint out. That's an option throw or run here. He hits the little man, Joey Jones. Just got him by his foot. He might have scored on this. Little rascal can really run. There's Joey Jones from Mobile, Alabama. Walter Lewis again getting off to Earl Collins. Our line comes off the ball pretty well. I think our offensive line improved over the week before. I can't say that for our defense. Stop our feet, we pull around and dive at somebody instead of driving right on to him. Just keep the feet moving. Walter Lewis back to pass. Incomplete. Well, they are at the punt now. Malcolm Simmons makes the punt.
Tech got a penalty on the play, though, and it gives us a first down.
One time that Tech, John Wilkes had 37, that took 37 seconds to put the ball in play by the clock. It was a punt. I was wanting to call the timeout. I started to call, but heck, it was running 25 seconds. They're going to have to kick in the win anyway. They finally did. They kicked it on the 37 seconds. Walter Lewis on the sprint out pass here again. Now he pulled it down the run. If he kept outside, he might have gone a lot farther. He gets in there where it's 6. We'll learn, though. End of the first quarter. Alabama 7, Georgia Tech 0.
Now, you don't have to lock up your money for 6 months or longer to get double-digit interest. With Central Bank's Easy Access Investment, you can get your money anytime from 30 to 89 days. Recently, this investment has paid up to 15% on as little as $1,000. So call or come by your nearest central bank and ask for the current rate and more details. Don't lock up your money. Stay short with Central's Easy Access Investment.
Looks like another dead end, Clem.
Wait just a dad play big. What's this? Golden plate cheese nuggets. Gold? Gold. Jimmy, you blown mine. No matter how long you search, you won't find a fresher, crisper, lighter taste than Golden Plate cheese nuggets. Good as gold.
Alabama's football on the Georgia Tech 35 as we open up the second quarter.
Kid Coley passes out to Bart Trout. Bart makes a great effort to get the first down there. Then, of course, here in Birmingham, so is Bart. Bart's the senior. He's one of the captains yesterday. Kid Coley again. Nice pitch, then.
Walker Lewis gets 7 yards.
Walker Lewis. All sophomore. He's been injured most of the time he's been there. He's a big youngster. I mean, in size and fine youngster, too.
Coley picks up the first down at the Tech 11.
He's not getting a little extra there. Old Fagan is. We get down here, ought to get a little lower and really come over that football. We did then. Look at Bart Trout. He blocked his man almost out of bounds over there. Real great block with Bart Trout.
Of course, we got a holding call, though, and it set us back to the 14.
But it wasn't Bart. I call this play here. You can see that they knew I called it. So they're all the way waiting for it. 2 wideouts this time. We down there. No, we get nothing there. Our line came off the ball pretty well with the outside people. Going for the field goal here.
36-yard attempt by Peter Kim.
And a great outlet. Peter Kim kicked it, so we have a 10-zip lead now, and we ought to go ahead and put the game out of reach. Appreciate Dr. Thomas coming by the dressing room. He thinks Cindy Clark kicked off, mile high, and I believe Wood made the play. I'm not sure on the tackle on the kickoff. All these outside there, all we have to do is flip it to get outside us when we're playing that defense. And in motion, as you see, there's plenty of time to throw the football. Wide open. I think Eddie Lowe grabbed at him and started him to fall.
Pitch rushed that time, and that caused a bad pitch out.
Lyle, who is that outside right quick, real easy again, too.
We got 15-yard roughing, unnecessary roughness call.
Yeah, we got 20 yards penalty on this drive they go in here with. Those screen pass out, you semi-screen. There's a lineman down the field about 5 yards, but that don't make any difference.
Castillo made the tackle.
That pitch here, well played, though, well played. Tommy Wilcox, Russ Wood, someone else will make it. Here, wide open. Tommy Wilcox makes the tackle again. That's a great catch, though, and it's low like that. It's hard to be intercepted.
Here's the touch.
Somebody missed him right in the hole. They grabbed him downfield. No tackling there. Right in the hole, though. I don't know if he was film. We're a lot better grabbers than we are tacklers. That kicked the extra point. Alabama 10, Tech 7. They're kicking off. They have a great kickoff, man. He kicked it out of sight in the end zone. I don't believe we returned defender one. Maybe we did.
No, sir. Kicked all of them. Down on them.
Right on your 20 every time. Not much point in working on kickoff return when you're playing against folks like that. Here comes the sweep. Lenny Patrick running the football. Nice block there by Brandon. Brandon made 1-2. I thought Patrick ran well with the football. I thought he played well. I may get to see the grade or I may not, but I thought he did. And then he ran with the ball again. That's Simon making a block. Somebody else making a block, but then he was stumbling and ran right into him. Full out backfield. Here we come with Fagan out here. Tech secondary tackles very well. That wasn't leaning in there. He was real good judgment on that, but he had to do it in the clutch, and I was just sitting here looking at it. It's a big tackle through there, so it's a loss this time. Lenny Patrick on this play. Jeff Fagan knocked one flat of his back down there, and a real fine running by Lenny Patrick. Jeff Fagan is leading the attack.
Jeff got 2 blocks on that play, one at the line of scrimmage and one downfield.
They penetrate the defense a little here. Fagan going in motion this time. Fine tackling by them on Kenny Simon from Montgomery. Oh, merciful heaven. That looked like a broken assignment.
Peter Kim with a 39-yard field goal attempt.
And way over, and Peter kicks it again. And it's good. Alabama 13, Georgia Tech 7.
Smile. It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah. And it's Friday.
That's the way it should be, and I'd like to see the whole world smiling with me. Have a Coke and
Enjoy the colors of spring all year round by decorating your table with elegant stoneware from Central Bank. Choose from 2 exquisite patterns and completer pieces, combining the gracious, elegant look of fine bone china and the oven, microwave, and dishwasher-proof durability of today's stoneware. We're serving up savings, so come by Central and get something extra for yourself.
Exquisite stoneware for savers. Another good reason to bank at Central. Member FDIC.
Oh, what a dish.
In today's university feature, we will look at some of the reasons, past and present, for the year-long celebration of the university's 150th anniversary, and hear the university's jazz band version of our fight song, Yay, Alabama.
The University of Alabama, for 150 years, Alabama's first university. University of Alabama, Alabama's first university.
Coach, I was wondering, this obviously was a great win for Bill Curry in his coaching career, and perhaps early in your career, if you had a game like this, it would have been a lot to your program.
Oh, I don't know, Charlie. I was thinking about something. I think a game that I got the biggest kick out of it more in Maryland, the last game of the year, we were playing the University of Virginia, and they were undefeated. And for 16 games, we played them in Griffin Stadium, which was a big deal for us. And we were behind 13-12 with, and went on the last play of the game on a long pass. And I guess about as big as thrill I got out of the game. Nothing like this, as we wasn't all that well prepared. I think Bill had well prepared, well disciplined, and had a good thing going. But we did win that game, and I was real proud. I like to say this, we're not particular about who buys tickets. I don't mean that at all. We were in the business of selling tickets. But I read in the paper, I didn't see it, where when Tech went off to see the people throwing ice and objects at them, and I don't believe that, but I hope that wasn't our people. I mean, by that our students, our alumni, anything like that. If that was happening, I hope it's somebody from Georgia or someone from way off. And if you got to throw at somebody, throw at me. They're our guests, and I hope we treat them that way. And same way with crowd noise and so forth. We go out and play in certain areas, and they won't let you get your play off if you don't have great officials, and sometimes it's very difficult then. And I hope we don't do those things here. I hope we treat people like we'd like to be treated. And I think our team treated them like they'd like to be treated yesterday. We didn't get after them as well as we should have, but I wanted to say that anyway, and we want to sell you tickets. That's our business to say again, and I'm not tell anyone how to run their business, but I hope the Alabama people really support us, will think about that.
We'll be back for the third quarter following this important message from our sponsors.
And thus I bequeath my mansion, my automobiles, my stocks and bonds, and all my gold to my third cousin, Angela. Who has always shown exceptionally good taste.
Golden Flake Corn Chips. The fresh, crisp, golden light taste your family will treasure. Golden Flake. Good as gold.
Now, you don't have to lock up your money for 6 months or longer to get double-digit interest. With Central Bank's easy access investment, you can get your money anytime from 30 to 89 days. Recently, this investment has paid up to 15% on as little as $1,000. So call or come by your nearest Central Bank and ask for the current rate and more details. Don't lock up your money. Stay short with Central's easy access investment.
Now for Terry Sanders to start the second half.
Terry Sanders won the kickoff job yesterday. He was freshman here in Birmingham. Our plan going into the game was him to kick into the win, and Clark kicked with the win. Clark gets so much height on it. Clark used to be a great kickoff man, but we overcoached him now. During the time here, we know we had no containment. He's finally threw the ball out of bounds. But that's just the end back, making him able to go in motion. They come back, and I think they hit him. We're in the time, and that Kelly can throw the football. Tackled by Eddie Lowe there. Eddie Lowe from Picnic City, Alabama. Still running the option play here. They don't do that very often, but they really hurt us on that long drive, the fourth quarter, when he ran it and kept it. About 7 yards. They're kicking the football. We have no one rushing. Maybe we shouldn't rush. That's the only full kick I remember having, or one with the back English on it. Bart Krause sitting out this time. Full house backfield. Walter Lewis at quarterback. Ken Simon running with the football. Going back to their same thing on the right hash mark. Coming this way this time. Give it to Kenny again. Kenny Patrick on the power play. It is, I think he made the first down. 2 wide ends this time.
Well, here we go with a turnover.
Fine block there by Kenny Simon. You know, when he was throwing this ball, I thought Jeff, I said to him on the bench, I bet he had it on the wrong arm. He didn't. He had it on the right arm. They just put the bonnet on it. If you didn't, you said you put the bonnet on that football, you better have a hold of it pretty well.
Pitts and Jones in on the stop.
Robbie Jones from the Rockets. I think Robbie played pretty well. I don't know. Well, we're just falling around there. We could have some rush on that. It's overthrown. Kelly back to pass again. Well covered in there by Robbie Jones and Eddie Lowe.
We get the penalty on this play.
We get rushing the kicker, roughing the kicker next to the last worst penalty you get, in my opinion, is taking too much time, and the second worst is roughing the kicker. We roughed the kicker, even we hadn't rushed him, we were in bad shape down there, but now it gives him new life. First down. Thomas Boyd grabbed him there, hold on. Thomas was from Huntsville, he was senior. They come to switch the option again, or the option play, and the quarterback kept it for 5 yards. Attack the defense, penetrate, attack the defense.
And get a sack this time.
One of the few times we sent our ends hard, Mike Fitz was back there, made the tackle for loss. 2 or 3 of them back there, but Mike was a big man. He was first. He's from Baltimore. Fine pass by Kelly then, a fine play by Kelly.
Pitts made the stop on that one.
Mike Pitts again.
We get the other penalty on this play, Coach. Pass interference.
They had plenty of time to throw the football. We have interference there. Great effort. Tommy Wilcox. He's going for football.
Next play is the Georgia Tech touchdown. It puts them ahead.
Back to pass. Throw a little screen out here. There's the number 65 downfield again. But he can be downfield as long as the ball's thrown behind the line. It's a touchdown. kick the extra point. They're kicking off the arch this time. And again, they kick it out of the end zone, as I recall it. Well, Jerry Fate had a real busy day, Charlie.
You see, Jerry. I saw him on sideline.
Walter Lewis on the sprint out here. Option play. Picks up nice yardage. Yeah, and Gary Neal Drummond came by Friday night. Gary went to Tulsa and played it. That big man just knocked our fullback right back to quarterback's left in. He did well to get out of there. 2 wide ends this time.
We flew to Tulsa and played golf yesterday?
Knocked our fullback down and pushed Walter fell over him again. We're kicking this time. Malcolm Simmons.
73 yards on the kick.
Yeah, Gary Neal got up early and flew to Tulsa, played the golf match, and was back for the game. I think he's going to England for the Ryder Cup Monday. Let's start motion one way to get you moving. Just move you around. Start back, trying to get your attention. Quick flip. He's outside. Out there well, though. Pursuit did well on that.
Thomas Boyd and Randy Edwards.
Little 76 going to hurt, right?
Here comes Castillo's interception, which he runs back in.
He pumps, he throws. Castillo has it. That's a nice block. Great running here by Castillo. That's another block. That's another block. A shield. Castillo stiff arms the man. A great run by Castillo. He takes it into the
I counted 6 different Tech players touched him before he got to go.
That's one of the great plays of the year. Somebody back up field hell. A clip.
Clip, yes, sir.
Ken Coley running the option play. Here comes the sweep. Lenny Patrick run it. That's a nice block by Kenny Simon. Patrick rolls the boom, gets the first down out there. Get in from Jasper. Comes the sweep again, McKinnon. That's a nice block.
Doug Vickers out front.
Doug Vickers down there. Doug from Enterprise. Excuse me. We didn't come off the ball then. We were kind of tiptoeing then. Get down there, ought to come off that like we was stepping in fire.
3rd and 1, and we pick up 10 on the option.
Real fine play here. Everybody sealed it off well. Ken Coley got outside. The fullback made a great fake, like he brought up on the blackboard. Fine tackle by them, man. That's Patrick running with the ball again. Paul Caruth running the football, picked up 2 yards. Fullback made a nice tackle. Errol Collins in made a nice tackle.
Here's a touchdown. Jeff Fagan just destroyed his man.
Well, then coming back there, forced him deep. Little man got it off Patrick where he could take it in. That was great doing.
Going for 2.
Going for 2 here. Jeff Fagan makes a nice block on the corner. Ken Coley goes in. Nobody there. He always had Patrick outside the pitch to him if the man came in. The man was in the bind then. So that was a real big one. Here it comes. The shoot from the outside can't quite get there. That's what happens when you wall them off. They have to go deeper. They have to go around their own people. So we out in front for 21 points going almost to the 4th quarter. And I think we got this one in the bag. That's what I get to thinking. Real fine kick in, but there's Sanders, there's the freshman. They put the end in motion again. Run the hand off.
Scott Holman made it stop.
Scott Holman on tackle. Jimmy Watts, I believe.
Steve Booker first one to hit him.
Didn't play Steve enough. Steve Booker from Russell, he's sophomore. They're from the football, make a first down out of it.
No,
they didn't?
No, sir.
No, that's the kick. Oh, that's where they had the 37 seconds. They finally kicked into the win. It's the last play of the quarter. Little man has the ball. That's a nice fly. Another block over there. Shield, and the Shield's good as a block.
Wilcox and Perrin had two of them, I saw.
Simon Wilcox and Perrin. End of the quarter, Alabama 21, Tech 14.
Enjoy the colors of spring all year round by decorating your table with elegant stoneware from Central Bank. Choose from two exquisite patterns and completer pieces, combining the gracious, elegant look of fine bone china and the oven, microwave, and dishwasher-proof durability of today's stoneware. We're serving up savings, so come by Central and get something extra for yourself.
Exquisite stoneware for savers. Another good reason to bank at Central. Member FDIC.
Oh, what a gift.
Hey, Sarge, look at here. This potato's pure gold. A gold potato? I can hardly believe it.
You know what that is?
What?
That's a golden flake potato chip potato. Taste it.
Oh, yeah?
How else do you think they make them so fresh and crisp and gold and light?
Sarge, does this mean we're rich?
No, son. It means the arm is rich, and I'm the arm.
Golden Flake. Good as gold.
Open the fourth quarter. Paul Fields at quarterback.
Paul Fields at quarterback. I thought we had a interference there. That little man down waving a hand. There's no way you could see the football even. Maybe I'll get taller people. We were running the football this time. Fumble. They recovered. I went to see the other night. They threw a pass out here. Went through one man's hand. There was one allowed laying flat at his back. Feel sorry for himself. Fine played in by Warren Lyle. Run the handoff. Thomas Boyd made the tackle then. Got in the middle of him. Thomas from Huntsville. Long count. Back to pass. He's open. That was a beautiful pass. Let's talk about him being open. That was just a beautiful pass. We had an end dropping off back there down on the goal line. That's always good. Man in motion, hits him out in the flat. He made a great catch. Really a great catch. We had somebody right in the middle of it. He still twisted for 2 yards. 2 extra yards.
Ball bounced around and the receiver finally recovered himself.
Here comes the option play, and it's thrown for a loss.
Jackie Klein broke through that time.
Klein, I'm glad to see him. In the backfield. Jackie Klein here from Birmingham. Good race there. That was a screen pass again. We had a man. That's the best way to break it up. Get a hold of the man who's going to catch it.
28-yard field goal by Ron Rice of Tech. It's good.
At 8 minutes something to go, the field goal that just gives a touchdown there. He's going to score again, and they score again. So they're kicking off. Mike Dean, he played for us at Alabama, a wonderful young man, a fine football player. He's a happy young man today, I'll tell you. He's happy after the game, he couldn't talk. He's assistant at Tech. Couldn't throw the hands off. We ought to be slow, run fast back here. We can't waste around too much now. We got to make move the football. Nice block out there. The guard pulling around. I don't know who it was. I believe it was Rumley. Oh, it must have been Vickers.
Vickers, yes.
We got whipped badly then with the end, and he makes the play. Flanker back. Motion. Run the circle. We run the circle all the time now. Tech, fine defensive play with Tech. They played it very well. They're jumping up and down now. They can smell those roses, I tell you. So we're at the front. 3.5 minutes to go. We keep them back there and don't let them make a first down. We got a chance. They'll take over now. Now the clock, we got to take some time out to stop the clock. They have a chance. Run the sweep. I think that's Thomas Boyd making the tackle. Draw play. Play that very well. They're all in on it.
Here's a big play of the drive. It's 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. He gets outside. He has a week to throw it. Ball's in the air for 40 yards. We have 4 people standing around. 1 football up there.
54-yard gain.
That nailed the coffin down right there, that 54-yard gain. But not for that one. We had more yards passing than they did. He's back to pass again. Bingo. That was good hit.
Wilcox coming across it.
Tommy Wilcox. Tommy a good football player. Quick run option play. Look, you're going to pick up 7 yards going in here. Not long about there to go at it. 3 minutes left. Had 8 minutes. Here we are on the goal line now. The end is off. Real fine tackle. Thomas Boyd, one of them.
Robbie Jones.
2 linebackers. That's what you're supposed to do to go to the top. This is not what you're supposed to do. We had all kind of folks standing around there. Then he ran right between them for a touchdown. So they go out in front. By 23, they tack on the extra point by 24. Now is when we kick off to see the football, really. We still have time to win. 24-21.